All right, everybody. This is going to be a short part two to massage. We're going to go through it a little quickly. Just a little short review on massage. This is the chapter 9 for aesthetics. We'll be highlighting study areas in yellow, and particularly we want to go over the massage movement. So this is our theory breakdown. Remember, you do have a form of massage on your PSI State Board exam, so please study our highlighted areas. Let's look at, we stopped at contraindications yesterday, and so let's pick back up. Describe the 5 types of massage movements used by estheticians. We know that there are several massage movements. Everybody customize and coordinate those to the services, but there's going to be a top 5 that you guys are going to learn, and you need to use and display at least 4 of those during your state board exam. So here we go. Let's begin to pick up. We are going to go yellow. Let's go yellow on our study. Okay. Those 5 forms of hand manipulations are going to be effleurage, petrissage, tapotement, friction, and vibration. Okay, it says massage should involve a rhythmic movement to the skin and tissues. Okay, massage has many amazing benefits, and as we continue to pick up, now we're talking about therapeutic relief for the client. Okay, and the skin. We're talking about working the muscles, the skin being the largest organ. The more that it is tightened, the massage, it is kept into shape where it was, kept hydrated. All right, it will do what you need it to do, and it's going to be preserved. Let's look at the first one, effleurage, and every term we will highlight as well. We study our terms. Effleurage, meaning a soft, continuous stroking movement applied with the fingers. So we're talking about the digits, okay, and palms. Can be used hold hands in a slow and rhythmic manner. All right, so this is effleurage is what we use a lot of times to go from transition. We will begin the facial with the effleurage movements, and we will transition to the next movement. So in between us going from effleurage to tapotement, from tapotement, I may go back into effleurage before I move into petrissage, but it is one of those movements that you will do frequently. Okay, the fingers are used on smaller surfaces. All right, such as your forehead and face, but then your palm is used on your larger areas such as your shoulders. All right, let's highlight as well. Effleurage is often used to begin and end massage sessions. It's used on the forehead, face, scalp, shoulders, neck, chest, arms, and hands. Okay, and so we know that because that's within our scope of practice, but it is one of the most common massage movements you will learn and use. Okay. Let's look at some of the highlighted areas. Do not use the ends of the fingertips because fingertips cannot control pressure. So you got to come on in a little bit, okay? Cannot just use the ends of the fingertips. To correctly position the palms for stroking, hold the hold hand loosely. Keep the wrist and fingers flexible and curve the fingers to conform to the shape of the area being massaged. And we're going to highlight that as well for our study area. We're going to refer to videos and procedures. And then once we get into our apprenticeship locations, we'll see more of this hands-on action. Okay. Again, it says effleurage is the most important of the 5 movements, and it is the one that you're going to transition with the most. Moving to our next one, which is petrissage. Okay. It's a compression techniques that includes kneading, squeezing, and pinching. Petrissage really, now you're starting to apply some pressure. All right. P for pressure for petrissage. All right. I'm going to highlight that because that is a term that we're going to use, and we're going to put it in yellow for study. And it says this affects the deeper muscle tissue of the face. So you're talking about that tissue that covers the zygomaticus bones, things of that nature. So these deeper, we want to make sure those cheeks stay lifted, that skin stay lifted and tight and light. Okay. The movements stimulate the underlying tissues. The skin and flesh are grasped between the thumb and forefingers. As the tissues are lifted, from their underlying structures. They are squeezed and rolled. So you're really removing stress out of those particular areas. All right. It's one of the most interesting forms of massage as well. I love it, especially when it has this really rapid approach to it. We're going to put it in yellow. Okay. You're going to use petrissage on the fleshier part. So the areas where there's just bone, forehead, we will not be using petrissage. It may be painful to the client. So petrissage is used where you have more of the fatty tissue. Okay. And continue with yellow. It says petrissage can stimulate circulation and thus improve the skin's appearance and tone. It's one of those amazing ones that a lot of product companies will offer massage techniques, and this is one of the ones they're due to help. Really, when the client gets up, they look like a different person. And so, using petrissage and its continuous movements and strokes, you are going to make the client look lighter and younger. And again, it pinches that flesh, okay? And so it tightens, it pushes, and it keeps it connected to the bone. The next one you're going to look at is topomint, okay? Topomint, some people say tapament, but topomint, okay? Um, Also known as percussion, all right? It's just like a musical instrument, okay? Percussion stroking, which the fingertips strike the skin in rapid succession, fast tapping. So some people call it the piano as well, but it's topomint, okay? So you're taking your tips and you're going in fast movements across, and this can be done, of course, across any part of the body, particularly if you're going to be on the face, you definitely the forehead, chin, cheek areas. I'm going to highlight because this is a nice term. All of this is study area. Topomint, it helps nourish the skin by releasing nutrients. Do we really love this? Because if the skin releases nutrients, it simply is just starting to evolve. Okay, it evolves, it heals, and it helps repair and gives you new and fresh skin. Topoma is the most stimulating of the massage movements. It has a lot of movements. So be really careful still in your directions that you're going. It's going to create a rhythm. So you don't want to break that rhythm as well. So once you start, already know where you want to go and how you're going to get there. This is a good one for toning. Topoma is also used to wake the client up after at the end of the service. It gets the blood going. It says it's stimulating. Okay, so if you're doing a facial massage and the clients are just so relaxed, petrissage is so relaxed. When the time is close to being done, you will go in with the topomint. It will start waking things up and get things to movement. Okay, and the client goes, oh, okay, if they're doing that one, I feel something different. It must be time for us to complete the service. Okay. And also, as you know, it's good for toning. And they also call it the piano movement. Okay. Next one is friction. I am going to highlight that particular area as well. Friction is one of those you have to say, what's going on? It's a rubbing technique, but it is like a rubbing technique that causes you to wake up. Okay, causes things to wake up. It also stimulates the blood circulation, but also the glands, your gland activity. So we're talking about oil glands, sweat glands, things of that nature. It starts to wake those things up. Okay, can be performed in a circular manner or crisscross manner with the fingers working in opposite of each other. So normally you have one going left, the other one going right, but they're very close proximity. Left, right, left, right, left, right, up, down, up, down, up, down. And that rubbing stimulation is going to increase the blood flow and also the gland flow. So whatever's in the gland is going to be pushed out. All right. Circular friction movements are usually done on the scalp, arms, hands. These movements can be rather light. Okay. We should not be having any strong aggressive movements where causing a client some kind of disturbance. We have vibration. Okay. Vibration is one of those learned techniques. It's a rapid, shaky movement in which the esthetician typically uses their body and shoulders, not just the fingertips, to create the movement. I'm going to highlight vibration, okay, as being part of our flashcards. All right. This is rapid muscular contractions, okay? Rapid muscular contractions in the arm. So basically, the vibration, it really comes from you controlling those contractions in your arm, okay? You controlling those contractions in your arms. It said the balls of the fingertips are firmly pressed on the point of application, okay? Vibration is highly stimulating movement. It is, but it should be used sparingly and never for more than a few seconds on any one spot. And so it wakes up everything. Okay, it's gonna say, "Hey," your body is saying, "Hey, what's going on? What is this? What's going on? What is this?" And you on this, using the balls of your fingers, and so you have a firm press. To Pullman, you're using your fingertip, your ball as well, but it's light. So a vibration, you're using the ball of the fingertips, but it's a firm press. All right. Make sure we highlight. I'm gonna highlight that in blue. Is still just to break up the yellow, because all of this is good stuff, really. Let me put it right here. I'll put this in blue because I want you to be able to understand the difference between all of them. There we go. Okay. So vibration is a highly stimulating movement, but it should be done sparingly. It's not something you do all the time. So most of the time when you're doing your facials, you're going to be doing your effleurage, your round circular motions. Okay. It's what you're going to pivot to all the time. You're going to do your petrissage. That's for your pressure. All right. Now we get some things going with applying pressure to those fleshy areas. Now you have your tapoment. Okay. We're stimulating the blood flow. All right. And stimulating the blood flow, we're causing the blood to really start moving. It wakes us up. We do that vibration. We do that towards the end. That massage move towards the end of the service. And then you also have friction. Okay. Friction is going to be like a left, right, up, down. It's going to be a rubbing sensation. And even with friction, it is going to stimulate, yes, the circulatory system. Okay. But it's also going to stimulate the glands as well. So oil, sweat, things of that nature, those types of oil glands, you're going to see secretions come to the surface. All right. Normally, after a massage, you may have to go back in with a light cleanser, just simply because when touching, you are increasing body temperature. It is a form, touching is a form of massage, but also what's in the pores continuously will start to rise to the top. So you do a little cleanser, or maybe even take a makeup wipe, and you'll see residue that has come out of the pores that will come up to the surface. And so your hands just caused it an opportunity to clear those pores out. We do have some alternative massage, and I want to highlight the alternative massages. This falls under our wellness aspects of aesthetics. Okay. These are different types of massage are based on body structure and energy flow within the body. All right. So a lot of times we are dealing with most massage techniques are classical, or what we call Swedish, excuse me, or what we call Swedish movements. Okay, so it's like we inherited those techniques. And then you have some advanced techniques as well. Refer to chapter 13 when we get to advanced topics. Okay, advanced topics and treatments. You'll begin to hear more about some of the advancements when it comes to a combination of various treatments to treat your client. Let's look at the alternative massage techniques, acupressure. All right, so applying pressure. Qi is a Chinese medicine. It's a technique derived from Chinese medicine. Consists of applying pressure to specific points of the face and body to release muscle tension, restore balance. And this is, I absolutely love to do that. Release tension, restore balance, and stimulate life force energy. Okay. That's what it does. Pressure, usually used by thin little pins that are stuck in particular areas to give a response. You're looking for a response from those muscle areas. Okay. And then you have sashu, a form of acupressure that is the Japanese technique. So one was Chinese, the other Japanese, using acupressure massage points to relax and balance the body. All right. These are alternatives, which means at the end of the day, your client could have an option to do these. When we talk about advanced training and continuing education, you're not going to get a lot in the classroom of these type of alternative massage techniques, but you will absolutely should go to trade shows and sit in on some advanced training. Definitely when you go to Orlando, Premier Orlando, they have aesthetics classes and wellness. You go to Be Well, that was this weekend in New York, aesthetics and wellness and hair and manicuring. And so search out for those shows. You may be located near one, and you can really just knock a couple of things out at one time. You learn about new products, meet and network with new people, and get new certifications and take additional trainings. All right. So when you talk about acupressure, it's definitely going to be dealing with the nerve system as well. Okay, since every muscle has a motor point, and those motor points are some of the things that are needed to be stimulated. Okay, you can really stimulate and help a lot of clients, especially the ones that have like medical issues, medical conditions. So when you're doing your facial massage, you're not just throwing anything up. Okay, you're applying, you're doing your traditional, but you're opening yourself up to some alternatives as well. When you are doing a massage, you have motor points, okay? These nerve endings where they release. Everything is a cause and effect in the body, okay? And with everything being a cause and effect in the body, we need to make sure that we're taking care of the business when our client comes to us and lays down on the table. And so we can show off and do some amazing things, but at the end of the day, we got to make sure we're hitting these motor points. Okay, got to make sure we're hitting those motor points. All right. All right. And learning the technical skills when it comes to massage. One thing I want to do, let's look at our assignment. Let's continue to go down. Pressure points, we just talked about those. You're going to make sure you press 6 to 8 seconds. All right. And it does relieve a lot. Make sure you guys are reading this and you're looking at all the highlighted areas as well. And put that in pink for the girlies. All right. Aromatherapy massage, which is an absolute favorite of mine. Of course, you're going to be using essential oils and things of that nature. This is a good practice, okay? Aromatherapy, essential oils, they have so many benefits, okay? Manual lymph drainage massage. It's very popular now, but a lot of times, if you're going to go deep into it, you will need to have a massage background. But when it comes to aesthetics, stay within our scope and we can still do manual lymphatic massage. I know someone in Mississippi that does these advanced trainings, and literally he does it on the face, and it reduces the swelling and it helps contour the face. And the manual lymphatic drainage massage that's in your scope of practice is sometimes called contour massage or the contour facial. So they'll do the traditional facial, but then they would do the massage is to release the fluid out of the face and do more contouring during the massage. So it's a really, really cool massage. Okay. And then just looking at some of the movements and like this is where fluid would lie around the face, cheeks, and things of that nature, chin. And so the lymphatic drainage, of course, will be doing those masking those techniques to help reduce the fluid. All right. And it goes down and it goes out. It's going to go down. You're urinated out of the body. So super excited about that. Okay. Your assignment is going to be complete reading for this particular chapter. Okay. We're on 393. Okay. We're on 393. You'll complete all the way up to 397. Just complete the reading. So it's all about 5 more pages. Complete the reading on that. And the technical of learning the technical skills. How are we incorporating? I'm bookmarking these pages. Okay. I'm bookmarking the pages for you to go back to. We're definitely educating our clients. You're maintaining hand mobility, which is important. You're going to do your hand exercises, okay? Hand exercises are going to be great for you. Your left hand and your right hand need to flow together. You will never massage your clients with one hand on the phone, one hand over here, and one hand over there. If you're going in, both hands are doing the same thing at the same time. Okay. You'll use proper massage techniques. All right. So I like serums, oils, and lotions. All right. You got to make sure you have something oil based because at the end of the day, you need something that's going to allow you to move across the skin and not create um, um, uh, like an anti slippage. It's what we call unique slip. So that's where that massage cream comes in. It doesn't really have benefits to the skin, but it allows you to move and not disturb the client's skin. Serums and oils will allow you to do the same thing, and they also have benefit as well when you are using them. Okay, and so really reflect on, and we can create your own product as well. Okay, we'll look at relaxing. Talking eliminates the relaxation therapy. So I'm highlighting all of this here. When once you start, you do not want to stop. Okay. So one, do your hand exercises. Two, you're going to make sure both hands are doing the same thing at the same time. Three, you're going to create this. You're going to have some amazing product that's going to do the work for you. Four, you're going to relax. Okay. This is a time where it's not for you to talk to your client. This may be the only relaxation time your client ever has. Okay. So we are not going to be talking to the client. Even if the client is a talker, we'll say, this is my favorite thing to say. This is your time. This is your me time. Go to your favorite place. Go to that beach. Go to your favorite vacation and just relax. That's what I would say. Okay. And always choose your starting point. All right. This is going to be a great place of study. 395. I'm going to highlight and bookmark. Please make sure you go in and do detailed studies here. Massage may be started on the chin, décolleté, or forehead. Okay. Use both hands at the same time or alternate them and have a rapid flow as you go. All right. So you're going to use both hands. We're not doing anything with one hand. As you move forward, I want you to check out the procedure um, on 398. Okay, your hands are going to continue to maintain contact with your clients. This is going to be highlighted as well for you to review because once you're done, both hand comes off at the same time. Once you start, you don't stop to answer the phone. You don't stop to do anything. Okay. Matter of fact, when your client comes in, cut the ring off. All right. You are going to, when you come off, you're going to what we call feathering. So read this component, you'll read more about feathering, and then you'll watch the videos that go along with this chapter. All right. And you're going to focus on these areas. I'm highlighting yellow. Okay, bones and cranium of the face, muscles of the scalp, eyebrow, nose, mouth, and mastication. That's your chewing muscles. These are our areas. I often say you cannot perform a service if you don't know what you're touching underneath. So I need you to study the bones, know the bones, and study the muscles. Okay, you got to know the bones and got to know the muscles. As we complete this chapter, this is the most important part is knowing the parts of the muscle. Okay. No, and I'm putting that in yellow, the whole page. Okay. Knowing the parts of the muscle. I'm going to send an assignment out where you're going to draw the parts of the muscle and also the motor points of the face. All right. The nervous motor points of the face and the parts of the muscle are going to be your assignment. They're going to be due while we're spearhead on to spring break. Only thing you have to do is turn those in. I will send you all the detail. My students, I will send you all the details related to that. Until next time, guys, that's been your review for massage. I hope you have happy studying, happy spring break to all of our students. And make sure you're reading Aesthetics Fundamentals, Chapter 9.